Channel 5, your exclusive 24-hour news channel. This is News 5 Tonight with Jerry Springer, Norma Rashid, John Gerard's weather, and Greg Horde with sports. Now, Cincinnati's News 5 Tonight.
Good evening. The eyes of the nation are focused on Cincinnati tonight in what is one of the most important and controversial legal issues ever to face this town. The Contemporary Arts Center and director Dennis Barry are charged with obscenity for 7 pictures in the Robert Mapplethorpe art exhibit. The trial started off with a bang, at least outside the courtroom it did. We'll begin with our team report with News 5's Jeff Hirsch, telling us about the vocal opponents who took center stage.
Trial! Art on trial! Art on trial!
Art on trial. That's what the 200 protesters outside the courthouse were saying, and they were saying art on trial is an outrage.
No art police!
It's a farce. It's a farce. It's a fallacy what's going on. And we're here to try to stop that, and hopefully we can get something done and try to get Dennis Barry back into society.
CAC Director Barry and the Arts Center itself were indicted over 7 pictures out of 175 in the Mapplethorpe show. 5 showed homoerotic and sadomasochistic behavior. 2 showed naked children. The protesters marched in front of the courthouse for 2 hours, then went into the middle of Main Street and stopped traffic, doing things deliberately designed to shock Middle America. Even though traffic was blocked, police decided not to make any arrests here, figuring any show of force would only make things worse.
Well, I think that was part of our concern, why we didn't send a team of police officers into the crowd. Again, our intent was to assist them in their demonstration with the least amount of disruption possible to the citizens of the city.
After blocking traffic in front of the courthouse, the demonstrators then walked down Main Street towards Fountain Square.
These streets are our streets! These streets are our streets! These streets are our...
They went to the square and to the Contemporary Arts Center itself before heading back to the courthouse.
I'm freezing to death, but inside my soul is burning. In 1990, we should not have to be standing here fighting for our rights. It should automatically be ours.
Those rights, according to protesters, freedom of expression, artistic and sexual. In the conservative community, which is Cincinnati, the gay movement has not been particularly vocal politically in years gone by, but what happened here today is obvious proof that that is changing.
We feel that this issue is such a strong one that we had to make our presence here.
Shame! Shame!
Jeff Hirsch, News 5 Tonight.
Police did not make any arrests today, although sheriff's deputies were wearing rubber gloves, worried apparently about disease. Police say they'll review videotapes of the protests before making any arrests.
With all the commotion on the streets outside the courthouse, it's easy to forget that the trial that's causing all the controversy is now underway inside. It was jury selection of the obscenity case against the Contemporary Arts Center and its director, Dennis Barry. Both are facing charges because the Mapplethorpe exhibit. While things were hectic outside, it was business as usual inside.
We estimate there are approximately 150 people out there. As far as interruptions of the courthouse itself, the answer is no. There might have been some inconvenience to some of the public because we closed a couple doors for security purposes.
Barry and the CAC were indicted over 7 pictures in the Mapplethorpe show. The Mapplethorpe trial is being labeled a landmark case across the nation. It's the first time an art museum and its director have been accused of pandering obscenity. As we continue our team report, News 5's Marty Parad shows us while the world is watching our battle on Main Street.
The whole world is watching! The whole world is watching!
These protesters are absolutely right. The whole world is watching Cincinnati and its battle over the Mapplethorpe exhibit. These pictures are being sent around the world, and viewers are asking, is Cincinnati fighting obscenity, or is Cincinnati censoring art?
A Cincinnati art gallery and its director went on trial in Cincinnati today for obscenity.
It's one of the top stories out of New York City and in the heartland.
In Cincinnati, an important obscenity case goes on trial. The case stems from an exhibit of photos by the late controversial artist Robert Mapplethorpe.
These are pictures we are accustomed to seeing from some other city. But tonight we are sending these images out to eyes far away from Cincinnati. In newspapers across the globe in the morning, they will read about this. This is the making of a People magazine story on the Mapplethorpe trial. Bill Robinson covered Simon Leese's battle with Hustler magazine publisher Larry Flint, and he says there is even more national interest in this issue.
It's a landmark case and there's strong feelings on both sides. And of course, the supporters of the Mapplethorpe people believe very strongly that it's a First Amendment case. Although I think that a lot of people, including perhaps America's silent majority, may really feel that our forefathers didn't have anything like this in their intent when they framed the Constitution.
To be sure, the words spoken inside and outside the Hamilton County Courthouse will be published and broadcast around the globe in the next few days. The whole world is watching, some to see if Cincinnati fails a great test of artistic freedom, and others on the other side waiting to see if Cincinnati holds accountable artists and museums for what they do. Marty Peratt, News 5 on the Night Beat.
Jury selection will continue tomorrow morning. This trial is expected to last at least 2 weeks.